Hollyscoop.com exclusive.
There are so many issues that they're involved with, but I would say, animal experimentation, which they have a big thing they're going to talk about tonight, about the case that they broke. That's a really important one because you can suggest as much as you want in terms of lifestyle and try to influence people about consumption and food and fur and eating meat and so forth. But where you have this abuse of animals is where PETA really comes to the forefront.
I write everybody over at PETA emails like, okay, what can we do now? What's next? What do you guys want to do now? This is what I feel. This is what I'm passionate about. Let's do it.
What are you passionate about? I mean, what are the issues?
It's so funny. I was thinking about that on my way here. I was kind of reliving a lot of the things I've done with PETA over the years. The first thing I did was the carriage horses in New York, to ban the carriage horses. For me, it's easy to forget about that here in LA because it's not something you see every day, but living in New York, it's in front of your face all the time. The conditions that they're in, the way that they're left on the side of the street, it's depleting how heartbreaking it is. So I'm incredibly passionate about that. I'm incredibly passionate about no fur. I've never worn fur. There's nothing cute about it. Faux fur is just as cute.
I'm, convinced that the seal hunt's going to stop. And being Canadian, I think it's a huge thing. It's just barbaric and ridiculous, and it has to end. And so that's what I really want to focus on and to keep pushing on that.
I represent the great apes for PETA, and we've had a lot of success with our ads to stop great apes performing in movies and on television. So that's been very fulfilling.
I was part of the Violence Link campaign where I was able to take my association with my violent horror movies and highlight real violence against animals and talk about how that actually leads to violence against people. And they, it's very kind of them to honor me here tonight. It's really something I'm very proud of. I grew up with German Shepherds. I have a pet pig, and I've always been an animal person. And I also have a big mouth, and I feel like it's nice to give the animals a voice.
If you want to see the most heartbreaking thing you've ever seen, go onto the PETA website, click on the section about seal clubbing and watch the video. It will break your heart. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen, and the fact that they take those babies away from their mothers. They've just been born, it's hours after they're born, and pull them away, and the mother's screaming, and because she's in so much pain she can't move to save her babies, and these heartless bastards just bash them over the head and kill them so some rich schmuck can have a pair of boots. It doesn't make sense to me.
My little dog Gracie is mine and my wife's world. Like she's totally the boss in the house. So there was a great poem that I read ages ago where it said that when you first get a dog, you debate like the rooms that it'll be allowed in, and then towards the end it becomes less about letting the dog have permission, and then you have to ask the dog to have permission to come into the house. And that's kind of how it is in our house. But love animals. I love being able to be here and represent for them, and give them a voice when they can't.
Animals are really important to me, and any way I can spread awareness, and especially with like the lab testing on animals, it just blows my mind how people can do that. It's so cool. It's so cool.
I'm really a huge supporter and a fan of the undercover work that they do, and getting hidden cameras into the mink farms and showing the public just what's going on in those farms and how these animals are being treated, because I think a lot of people see stuff on the rack and they don't really think about how it gets there. And what PETA has done is made it very visible to the public at large to make that choice.